Hello friends, today I will discuss one Python program. The program is calculator program using infinite while loop and functions. Now I am explaining the program. At first I am explaining the function calculator. Here under the function calculator I am using infinite while. For this reason after the looping statement while I wrote true and then colon, and after that between the loop I call the function show menu. After calling the function show menu, the program flow go to the place where actually the function show menu presents. Let's discuss the function show menu. Actually, it is for the menu for the operations. Now, between the show menu function, here I wrote many print function for printing something. Let's discuss the different print function. Here at first 1 for addition, 2 for subtraction, 3 for multiplication, 4 for division, 5 for power calculation, 6 for modulus, and at last 7 for exit. Actually when I am calling the show menu, it will print the statements between the print function. Let's move to the next portion. Here I am taking one reference which named choice, and by the function input I am taking input from the user. The input message will show enter your choice from 1 to 7. As per user's choice, user will give input, and at first I will handle the exit and invalid portions. For this reason, here 7 for exit, 7 for exit. For this reason, here I am using the conditional statement if and then choice equal to 7. It means when choice equal to 7, it satisfies, then it will print thanks for using calculator, and after that I am using the inbuilt function print for printing string, and here the string is exiting triple dot and it will print exiting, and then I am using the break statement for break from the loop. Let's move to the next word, that is if choice not in 1 2 3 4 5 6. That means when the reference choice is not in 1 2 3 4 5 6, that means it is invalid. For this reason, here I am using the inbuilt function print for printing something. Here the message is your choice is invalid, please enter between 1 to 6, then continue. It means that choice is invalid, and continue means it will repeat the loop for entering correct choice. Now I am explaining for handling for invalid input. Here I am using infinite while, and then I am using the statement try. Between the try, the codes will try it. If it satisfies, then okay, it will break. But if it not satisfies, then the part except value error will run, and then it will print invalid input. Let's move to the first one, that is try. Here I am taking num1 reference, and which is float type, and it will take input from the user and convert the input to float. And similarly, I am taking the reference num2, which is also float type, and it will take input from the user, and the message will enter first number and then enter second number, and user will give the second number, and it will convert the number to floating type, and then break. When break works, actually the two variables will be converted to float, then but it not convertible, then break will not work. Then the next portion except value error, it will work. Between the except value error, I am using the inbuilt function print for printing something. Here I am printing invalid input, enter numeric values, because here actually I want numeric values, and then continue. It means it will run the loop again for correct values. But similarly, when users gave again wrong values, then again except value error will work, and it will continue for taking input repeatedly. And when the input is okay, it means the inputs are convertible to float type, then it will break the loop, and then I am moving to the next word, that is if choice equal to 1. It means when user gave input as 1, then it will works. And between it, I wrote one reference result and initializes with the function add and passing to arguments num1 and num2. Actually, after this, the program flow go to the portion where actually the function add is present. Then I am discussing the function add. Let's move to the portion add function. Here I am defining the add function by def, and then I passes two parameters. One is number1 and other is number2. Both are float type. And between the function, actually I return number1 plus number2, which is the value of addition of number1 and number2. Actually it returns the value. For this reason, if we want to use the value, we must take one reference for accepting or receiving the value. For this reason, here I am taking the variable result for receiving the return value, and then I am using another variable symbol and initializes it with the symbol of plus. Let's move to the next word, that is elif part. Elif choice equal to 2. It means when user gave input as 2, then it satisfies. Then I am taking one reference result and initializes with one function named subtract and passing two arguments. One is num1 and other is num2. When actually it occurs, then actually the function is called and the program flow go to the function where actually the subtract is present. For this reason, the program flow will go to the function subtract. Now I am discussing the portion of subtract. Here the function name is subtract, and between the function I am passing two parameters. One is number1 and other is number2. Both are float type. Between the function, actually it return the result of subtraction from number1, and the number2 will be subtracted from the number1, and it will return the value. For receiving the value, we must use one reference. For this reason, here I am using the reference result and initializes with the function subtract and passing to arguments number1, number2, and then I am using another reference symbol and initializes with the sign of minus. Let's move to the next elif portion, that is for choice 3. When choice equal to 3, it satisfies, then actually it works. Here I am taking one reference and initializes it with multiply and passing two arguments num1 and num2, num1 and num2. Actually, when it is initialized, the program flow go to the function where actually multiply function is present. For this reason, I am moving to the portion of function multiply. Let's explain the function multiply. Here I am passing two parameters. One is number1 and other is number2. Both are float type, and it will return the multiplication result of number1 and number2. For receiving the result of multiplication, I am taking one reference, that is result, and initializes it with the function multiply by passing two arguments num1 and num2, and then I am taking one reference, that is symbol. For storing the sign of symbol, here the sign is multiplication sign. Let's move to the next elif portion, that is for choice 4. When actually user gave input as 4, then actually it satisfies, then it comes to the inner part of the elif portion, and here I am using the conditional statement if, and then I am checking the num2 is equal to 0 or not. When it satisfies, that means when num2 equal to 0, it will print division is not possible, because we know that division is not possible with the number 0. For this reason, here number 2 is 0, and that's why it's not possible. And for this reason, I am giving the message division is not possible, and then I am using the statement continue. Actually, continue works how? Actually, it will repeats the loop while. But when num2 is not equal to 0, then the else what will execute, and between the else what, here I am taking one reference named result and initializes it with the function divide and passing two arguments. One is num1 and the other is num2. And when actually the initialize is done, the program flow go to the function divide, actually where the divide is present. For this reason, I am moving to the portion where actually the function divide is present. Now let's discuss the function divide. Here I am taking two parameters, number 1 and number 2, both are float type, and the function will return the division result of number 1 and number 2. For receiving the result, I am taking one reference, that is result, and it will store the division result. And then I am taking another symbol, that is one reference, and it will store the sign of division. Let's move to the next part, that is Elif choice equal to 5. Actually, when user gave choice as 5, actually then it will occurs. Here I am taking one reference result and initializes with the function power and passing two arguments num1 and num2. Actually, when it is initializes with the function power, the program flow go to the portion where actually the power function is present. For this reason, I am moving to the part where actually the power function is present. Let's move to the part. Here actually the part. Let's explain the part. The part is very similar to the upper part. Here I am taking two parameters. One is number 1 and the other is number 2. Both are floating type. And here I am return the value of power. Actually the power sign is the double multiplication sign, and it will return the result. And for receiving the result, we must take one reference and initializes it with the function. For this reason, here I am taking the reference result and initializes it with the function power num1, num2 as two arguments. And here I am taking one reference symbol and initializes it with the symbol of power. Let's move to the next Elif portion, that is when actually user gave input as 6, then it will occur. And here actually at first I am taking the conditional statement if for checking num2 equal to 0 or not. We know actually one number cannot be divisible by 0. For this reason actually I am checking if num2 equal to 0 or not. When it satisfies, then it will print modulus is not possible, and then I am using the statement continue for continuing the loop again. But when num2 not equal to 0, then else what will occur. Here I am using the reference result for receiving the value what is actually returned by the function modulus, and then actually I am taking the reference symbol for storing the symbol of modulus. And let's move to the portion which is for displaying the result. Here I am using the inbuilt function print for displaying the result. Here num1 symbol num2 equal to result. Actually at first it will show num1, then the symbol as per the user's choice, then it will show the num2 and then the equal to sign, then it will show the result. And now I am moving to the last portion, that is if underscore name underscore equal to inside the double quotation underscore main underscore. Here Python sets the variable underscore name underscore with the string double quotation start underscore main double quotation underscore double quotation ends. It means the string is double inside the double quotation underscore main underscore. The string is underscore main underscore, and between it I am calling the function calculator. And now let's run the program for better understanding. Now the output screen shows the menu for 1 addition, for 2 subtraction, for 3 multiplication, for 4 division, for 5 power, for 6 modulus, and at last 7 for exit. And here the message is enter your choice 1 to 7. Now I am giving 1. After giving 1, it will show one message enter first number. I will giving 8. Then it asks for second number. I am giving 10. Then it shows 8.0 plus 10.0 equal to 18.0. And again I am checking for first portion, that is 1. And here I am taking first number as 8, which is not a floating type or cannot be convertible to floating type. For this reason, when I am entering the enter key, it will show one message invalid input, enter numeric values. Actually a is not a numeric values, that's why actually it prints the message invalid input, enter numeric values. For this reason, it repeatedly give the message enter first number. I am giving 40. and then second number I am giving 50. Now let's look the result, that is 40.0 plus 50.0 equal to 90.0. That's okay. Let's move to the second part, that is subtraction. I am now giving input as 2. Then it asks for enter first number, I am giving 80. Then it asks for second number, I am giving 50. It's okay because the result is okay. It shows 80.0 minus 50.0, that is 30.0. Now move to the third part, that is for multiplication. I am giving 3 as input. Then it asks for enter first number, I am giving 5. Then it asks for enter second number, I am giving 4. And the result is 20.0. Now move to the division part. Actually it occurs when user gave input 4, I am giving 4. Then it asks for enter first number, I am giving 5. Then it asks for enter second number, I am giving 0. But here will be one problem because we know that division is not possible with 0. For this reason the message prints here division is not possible. And let's run the division portion again. For this reason I am giving 4. And it asks for enter first number, I am giving 80. It asks for another number, that is second number, I am giving 4. The result is 20. And now I am moving to the next word, that is power calculation. For this reason I am giving the input as 5. And it asks for enter first number, I am giving 4. It asks for second number, I am giving 2. That will be the result 16. Here the result is 16.0, that is okay. Now I am moving to the next word, that is modulus part. For this reason I am giving input as 6. Then it asks for the first number, I am giving 10. Then I am giving the second number as 2. Then actually it is purely divisible. For this reason the remainder is 0. But I am explaining again for better understanding. For this reason I am giving the input as 6. Here first number is 10. Second number I am giving 3. Then the remainder will be 1. And when actually it is not purely divisible, then actually remainder will comes. Let's move to the last part, that is for exit. When user will give input as 7, then it will show the message thanks for using calculator, and at last it will show exiting triple dot, and finally it exits the execution. That's all for today's program. Thanks for watching.